And welcome once again. I am the database guy. I'm glad you've joined me again for another presentation here. We're still in forms in our course for MS Access SQL Server database development. It's video 6, and let's go to our database, take a look at where we are. Now here, we tried to add a subform to our form under here, and one of the issues is it will interfere with the continuous listing of data. Uh, we were able to do it, but it doesn't work well. Now, if we attempt to make the main form a listing of books that are in the database and we add a subform to it, I want to show you what's going to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this down for a minute. We're going to copy one of them. That's this DE books here. We're going to go copy. We're going to go paste. Yeah, leave it as a copy. We don't care. And we're going to open that up, which is what you see on there, right? Go to design view. And what we're going to do here, open this up. We're going to now, right, we're in continuous forms. Keep that in mind. I'm going to bring the authors in. That's the one, yep. We got the message. Sorry, can't have a form with a form with a subform. Can't have a default property continuous. So let's see what it does. Come on, open up, open up. There we go. So we go to properties here, and whoops, sorry, my goof. And we find that here we're in continuous forms, but here we're in single form. It immediately changed it to single. Okay, not bad. Since we're in single form, go to properties, just for the time being here, we're going to put our navigational buttons as yes. Because we're going to have to scroll through each record. That's number one. Oh, come on now. Cooperate. There we go. Right. Okay. And one more thing. We have to connect the subform to the main form. So click the border, right click, properties. Go to data, and now we've got to link our master and our child fields to make the connection. I just wanted to show you this. Okay, good. Everybody's happy. So you see here, right, in our first one here, we're one of 7. We go to the next one, and it's working. It's connecting everything nicely. Now, this may not be something we want to show on our main form. It's a little awkward. We want to see. No, I don't want to save it, and I want to get rid of it. Get rid of that copy. What we want to see here, let's go to form view, is all of this. So we know that it's added, and we can scroll down and check to see if it's there. Another possibility here. If we wanted to look at the authors for whatever books they're in, this is the question that we ask, and this is why we're trying to add the author subform to that. But we can't have a continuous within a continuous, right? So thought process has come in that let's look at, right, this is the subform authors. And what we could do, let's see. Now, we have here, just trying to think of how many authors I'd want. Or what would be really the max? How big do I need this window to be? I need to clear up some real estate here. Come on, come on, come on. I said a mouse would be better. I should have my mouse with me, but so let's see. All right, let's see what that does. So let me see what happens here. How many I can select. And a fourth one. Okay. So I didn't get the fourth one in there, huh? All right. Which now they're in our special. And that's another thing too. What you will do here is you will check against, when we do it the VBA code, I'm going to check against this and make sure I haven't selected the same author twice. What we could do here, excuse me, is place another subform here that would, see, we have a many-to-many with authors and books. So I think one good approach to this would be to, let's see if we can create a form that would allow, all right, let's go into design view. Let us see if we can extend this out a little bit. Okay, go to view. All right. Actually, we've got to see something here. All right. So let's actually bring this up just a little bit. Tighten it up, because I know that's going to do is it's going to allow more records to go in there. If I open that up wider, really wide, I'll get one record. And you've seen that. So that's good. So I wonder if we could add a ISBN and the author name kind of subform. I think that would be good rather than having a title. It might be helpful. Ideally, it would be nice to have the subform in there, but as you found out, when you do that, you are interfering, and that's because again, it's a many to a many. It's a continuous to a continuous. So let's hit save. We're in. Look, we're in a copy anyway. I believe, right? No, we're not. We're in the original. No, we're in a copy. Let me go back to forms. Did I copy? No, I'm in the original. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's see. Probably if I add more anyway, I'll get the scroll bars anymore. Let's see what happens if I add more authors. No, I don't, because the scroll bar is off. Let's backspace that and let's look and see. So I could probably add the scroll bars to that too if I had to. Yeah, I've only got 4. Okay. So the next idea would be to have uh, an ISBN number to author. That might work too. I'm just trying to think of a best way to approach it. The other possibility is to place the subform below this main form here, all right? And I don't want to do this here. I'm going to close this. I'm going to go into my table, by the way, my temp table, and get rid of my book's authors. I don't want to see them. So what I think I'm going to do here, and it will replicate it, but I can always scroll down, okay? And since it's in single, the main form is in single. Well, let's see what happens. So let us go to our main and copy it. We're just going to play around here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this down a little bit. And let's see. Oh, no, 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 no. It's about what you got to select the right thing. There we go. Okay. We're going to bring in our subform authors into here. It's probably going to warn me again. Yes, it is. So we're going to then wipe that out. Come on. We're going to make this, it should be continuous forms. Oh, it'll only be single. Yeah, that's right. We won't have the ability to scroll through it. That's going to make this single, right? Yeah. That's not really going to be, let's see. Yeah, it is. It just made it single. So I'm going to close this down. No to all. Let's open it back up again. So putting it in the middle doesn't help. Okay. What we could do is create a form on the outside. Let's try that. Let's try to drag and drop the subform authors into here. And let's see here. Open it up to here. Let's scroll over. Oh, let's close our navigation pane. We're losing. There we go. And maximize this. Scroll over. Okay. And what we're going to do here is we're going to save real estate. Put the author name up here. Put the field here. Oh, actually, I forgot about that. So I'm going to have to delete this here. And, well, actually, let me go back and copy it. And then delete it. And then bring this over. Hang on a second. Come on. There we go. And over here, that's what we want. And bring this one in a little bit. And this one here. Now, let's see, go over. Nope, not this one here. So let's highlight this. Let's bring it in. Up, I can't. I'm bringing in this. All right, let's bring in this first. You get to see how things move in forms. And then, of course, in here, bring this in now. All right, so let's see what happens when we view this. I don't think it's going to work, and I think you know why. All right, so we're just getting rambunctious information, right? And it's not really what we want. So, well, what we can do here is, first and foremost, um, go to the properties of the detail and get this color here, which we want. Come over here. Come on. What happened? Don't tell me. Let's try it again. Copy it again. Maybe I didn't copy it correctly. Control copy. And we come in here. Select the detail section in the background. Right. And go boom, like that. Okay. And we're going to make this transparent as well. We don't want to have any background color on there, so back style's transparent and border style's transparent. And also, let's see. Oh, here let's see. We look into our data section. Let's make sure we're just displaying data. And do I have the right one? Maybe I didn't set it. No, I didn't set it when I did it originally, so I haven't used this one. That's why. Okay, set everything to no. We don't want to edit anything. We don't want to have anything, and neither with filters. Okay, so let's take a good look at that and see what we got. And again, this is sort of, whoa. Oh, I must have set the wrong color. Really looking weird, huh? Let's see. Let's go in here again. Oh yeah, alternate back. I put black for some reason in there. That's why I did that. Hello. Okay. Take a good look again here and view it. Okay. So this doesn't help us really in that sense, but what we're going to do here is, let's see, we're going to bring this in a little bit. It's not really connecting to the data, but no big deal. We're going to open this up a little bit here to give us some real estate. And you don't want to go beyond your screen, by the way. I'll take this one and I'll open it up. So we're going to take these two and we're going to try to narrow them down just a little bit. We're going to copy them and we're going to paste them. Oh boy, let's try that again. And we're going to paste them and we're going to move them over. Okay. And we're going to, and this should be author, not field. See what it did? So this should be author. Oh, author. And an ISBN. Now this is a crude way of doing this, but it should work. And over here, now over here is interesting. So we should have our foreign key to our ISBN. We do. Okay. All right, good. Let us see, and let me just tighten things up at the bottom here. We don't want too much that we don't need, right? Yeah. Always minimize what you can do when you can do it. Less is more. So here we have it. Now we're looking at our authors and the ISBNs for which they're connected to. So the only issue here is, and let's go back to design view to get rid of this. We could have a filter on this, believe it or not, or we could set, we're going to see if it's going to work, but we can do it. So that when you select something here, it'll give me the authors for them that are in that subform. While we're at it, by the way, we're going to clean that up and give it some polish. There's some things we don't want here. Go to format. And let's see. Scroll bars, we're just going to have the vertical one going up and down. Control box, we don't need that. We're not even seeing it as a subform. You never see a control box or a close button. Min-max, no on that either. None. Let's see. Record selectors, that's where we're seeing those big arrows. No. And we don't need any navigation buttons either. No. Okay. Let's save it and view it. Okay. So, as we're here, let's see. Now the question is, and actually we can move this in a bit. Let's go and see if we can move this in a bit and see what happens with subforms is even though you don't see everything, it's actually displaying it. Let's see what happens. It takes some time to get to know them, but it does work. And it's one of the things you're going to have to learn when you're doing this. So we're going to just select this and move it. Good. And move it. Okay. Um, all right. So here we're getting the ISBNs for the authors. So if I look at, and I don't have them in order, by the way, which may be a better thing to do. So what we're going to do here as a final point of view, go to properties, go to our query. We can edit the query here. And we're going to put the ISBNs in ascending because we want to see, yeah, save it. We want to see from beginning to end what those ISBNs will look like. Okay. Okay, good. I think what we're going to need to do here is to stretch that bottom just a little bit. Give it some space. I think what I'm going to need to do is come down a few, and I'm going to do the same on this one here. All right. Now, since I can't connect child and master fields, because I would be connecting to the main form and the subform, I'm going to try an alternate method to do that. And there are ways of doing it. All right, let's try it now, see what we got. A little bit more. Or we can see how tight the author is. Oh, wait a minute. Let's control and up it. Control and up it. Up, up. Okay, let's see if that helps. We're going to bring this up a tad. There you go. Okay. Let's see now if that clears up that one at the bottom. All right, well, it makes it a little bit. So we're going to move that just down a tab. And you see what happens. Let's see now. Okay, well, we can, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to open up the box just a little more towards the bottom. I'm going to control it, hit control, and just drag it just a little bit. I'm going to do the same here to even it out. Oh, wrong thing. Let's see, control and drag it just a little bit. There we go. I think we should be good. And we are. All right, so, and as you can see now it's highlighting again. It sees we've got to put something in there and hide it and have it set the focus to it. So as you see here in our first one here, we can see the two authors here and so on and so forth, all the authors to the books. Now the way, and we're going to save this. We're going to try to close this for a minute and we're going to open up the main form, the original main form. Right? We don't have the authors here. I'm going to go to queries. I believe it is this one. Yes, it is. So what I want to do is, let's see what happens. I'm going to select my criteria for my ISBN, go to properties, and this is a way around, oh, wait a minute, not properties, I'm sorry, build, build. And this is a way around, and we're going to go to our forms in our database. Our forms are loaded forms, and we're going to go to not the main one, right? We're going to go to this one here, and we're going to select the ISBN text right here. And so our goal here, I'm going to close this, and it'll ask me if I want to save it. Now what I'm going to do is select here. Let's see what happens. As you can see, right, I'm getting that one. Let's try Nicholas Nickleby. Yeah. So as you can see, I can restrict, close all. I can restrict what I want. Now we're going to go back to the other form and see if it works. And, well, yeah, what it's doing is it's looking for it. It doesn't see it. So what you're going to have to do with VBA code is to set it to the very first entry. And then what we're going to do here is come in here. Let's see if the function F9 works. It's looking for, let's see in our query. Oh, I know why. I know why. Because I did it for the main form, not the copy of the form. That's why. So we go to our queries here. This is, boy, here's what we're going to do. That's how naming is so important. We're going to rename this one. We can't, oh, you can't rename it while it's open. Yeah, I should have realized that one too. That's another warning that you have to have. So we go to rename, and what we're going to do is go just make this a 1, and we're going to, whoop, all the way off of that. There we go. We're going to go to our query. That's why. When it opened it up, it can't find it. It should find it as the very first thing it highlights. So let's see. And authors DE, design view, and here we're going to go to builder, our builder, and subform books DE. This is going to be 1. And we're going to close this and save it. Should have realized that. I apologize, folks. And it comes to the fact that you got to make sure you know. Let's try DE main 1. And it's still looking. Oh, I see. Okay. Put the wrong 1 in the wrong place. It's DEI main 1. So we go back to our query. You got to love how things are literally taken. And this is a warning to you. So in here, build. So it's not the one that's going to be in subforms. It's going to be in the main form. Right. And you see, IntelliSense brought it up. We're going to be okay. So we're good. We're going to save it up here. Close it. All right. Now we should be good. And we are. And notice the first one that it picked up was this one. We go to the next one. Let's try a function F9 or a function F5. It's not, let me try it from here, being in the form here. Let's see. And L, it's not changing it. Let's do 4, oh, 5. 5, no, let's see. Let's try it. Okay, so it's not updating it. It's not refreshing it. I'm going to put a piece of code in here, and I really don't want to do any coding now, but I want to show you what happens. We should get it right. So properties. You're not going to understand this coding, but on click. We're going to do it on click. And we're going to do it here. And we're going to do me.sf. Hang on a minute. See if we can get to the subform. Forms. Whoops, sorry. Whoop. Yeah, I know. I just took away some code there. That's it. Um, let's see, me.form. That's fine. There's no, let's see, me.txt, me. Let me find it. Is it named? Yeah. Let's see. All right. I have to go and look at the name of this. Let's do that now and see if I have it in here. I can't reference it if I don't. Oh, let's see here. Okay. We're going to go to this. Properties. No, come on. Properties. Let's see. Subform. It should be there. But no, I'm referencing it from subform to subform. I see. Okay, so I can't do that. Yeah, if I were in the main form, I would find it, by the way, in the IntelliSense. So I've got to go forms, form, and this is going to be DE main 1. And, oh, I need a 1. 1, okay. And subform, DE authors dot, let's see, form dot requery. Let's just see what happens. Now, as I said, I'm going to, and I want to just check I got the right name of that form. Subform authors. Let me just check here. And subform authors, yeah. That's a caption there. Let me get to the, I got to get to the border of this to get to the actual object. Subform authors DE. Okay, that's my name. Got to be careful, otherwise it won't see it. Go back to my code. Again, I really don't want to do this code, but I'm going to do it to show you. Now we're going to see if the requery works. We're going to do a debug and compile just to make sure there's no errors. So let us see what happens. It's either going to error saying I have the wrong, and it works. See that? Look at that. Look at that. And that's how it works. So in other words, it's refreshing that form. Now, I don't know the key command of it, but you just learned one bit of code that does a lot. And as I select here, so now what's great about this is, and we're going to save this. Now I have to, I'm going to rename this one too. Wait, I'm going to close everything. We're going to rename this one too. And we're going to name this one 1. Oh, this. Now we got to be careful here. We got to be really careful because now we go into the code and we got to pull this out. That's for sure. And we got to hit every single one. Well, not every single one. Okay. Let's just go into the one we just did for this one. Design view. In here, go into the builder because now 1 doesn't exist anymore, right? So you can see how critical it is to name things. Well, it does exist, but it's not the right one. And IntelliSense brings us up with the correct one. IntelliSense is what lets you know you can connect with things. It's a really great tool to have. All right, let's see what happens now. Go to forms, and we go to our main form, our one that we really want. Now in the main one here, oh, I renamed the wrong one. All right, let's close this and close this. So we're going to name this one 2, which we should have. I don't know why we didn't. 2. And this one's going to be just the main form. Voila. Go in it. And as you can see, we got the first 2 picked up. Let's try it again. And it's working. It's working very nicely. So we can look at the authors for a given book as we select them, right? And if we make a change to it, we can refresh everything with code as well. Let me see. I think, let us do a little more polish here. What I think we should do, oh, I see why. So since the ISBN here is hidden, I'm going to give you a little tip here. You can just put your control over it. It won't matter, all right? It really won't matter, okay? And we're going to bring this up just a smidgen. And there we go. So now things look a little bit more like what's on the bottom, okay? But as I say, you can select, and I don't want you to ever have it on this key, all right? All right, so that's good. So basically we can look at the authors for a given, and this is a way of connecting things from subform to subform. What we did is you created 2 subforms, and then the query for that subform for the second one is based on the selection of the first one. Let's go and look at it one more time. Now, as you can see here, all right, it's looking for this criteria. Now, the form has to be open for that criteria to exist. If I were to attempt to open this form by itself, it's really a form, all right, but it's used as a subform. Here, I would have a problem. So the takeaways from this right now for you are as follows. Number 1, you cannot create a continuous subform within a continuous main form. So how do you use subforms within main forms? Well, we kind of see it here in that I can have a single, and that's great. So if I were looking and going through each book or searching for a book and doing it as a single form, I would bring up just the book, single form, and then I could have all the authors listed and anything else listed. So keep that in mind as a developer. If I want to see things and I have multiple objects attached to it, I need to bring up the single object first, and then I can have things as multiple objects. And I could do it with 2 or 3 or 4 subforms that are continuous, but the main form has to be single, right? Um, so, and here as well, we are in, and now what I could do too is I could have something that tells me, and I'm going to do it, what mode I'm in. All right, what mode I'm in. What's going to happen is when I click edit, it's going to change to its edit mode. I'm not going to use, and we're going to do this as our next presentation, this imaging thing about putting in bitmaps and things like that to really create something nice, okay? But I would have a mode so I know that the end user knows I'm in add book mode, okay? They know where I am. And so they can add the authors and so on and so forth. Now, here, by the way, um, this thing here, I want to show you what this is. Let's go to design view. This is not a drop down. It's a text box. Let's go properties. And we're a text box here. And it made its name, and we're going to change that to TXT author. Because we want to do that. And we're going to go to the other. And see here, new line and field. We're going to go to default. The new line and field means it's going to write lines as it continues to add data. Let us take a look too at ISBN, see if that's the case there. I don't think it is, but let's see. It is. We're going to have to fix that one too. Default, and let's make sure. And here we copy these, remember? So here we've got to make sure we are at TXT ISBN. Now you may say, wait a minute, Art, You're adding the same names across different forms and subforms. Yeah, but they're related to different forms and subforms, right? So for example, here, this is going to be our combo, right? Combo author. If we go to other, we don't have that with a text field that we have it in. Save it, and I want to show you how it disappeared. And voila. Now, oh, it's still here on this one. Did I get, it's still here. Let's see. Um, I thought I got rid of it. Let's see. I should have. Default behavior. Oh, there it is. Scroll bar, vertical. That's where we're going to take that off. We want no scroll bars on that. I don't know why they set this up for scroll bars for some reason to scroll through information. Let's see. Yeah. None. We only have vertical or none. We don't have anything that is, so we got to make sure that we have it set for default and no scroll bars. And there it goes. It's gone. What we'll do too is we'll set it to uh, move the focus to something that's hidden. And so that you don't have this highlighting here. We could probably do it now. So you go to design view and let's see. Let's get rid of this for a moment. There we go. Let's maximize with the maximize button. Let's scroll over. We're going to put a, let's see. So we've gone with text box, we've gone with buttons, we've gone with labels and combos. I don't think I'm going to get into all of the others in this particular session, but let us put another text box in, and when we do this, what's going to happen is it's going to add a label with it because the wizard is on there. And what we're going to do is we're just going to move this down a little bit. We're going to have to make it the back style transparent and transparent here on our back style and transparent on our border and of course visible no. Come on. And that's good. And then we have one last thing to do, as you know, the tab order. Properties, nope, not properties, tab order. Always do that. For years I do it because it's always the first thing you can hit. But so as you see here, we don't have a name for this text box. Let's name it to be safe. Don't leave things as txt. We're going to call this txthdn, hidden. Right? Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Come in here, tab order, and we're going to bring this one up first. And that's good. And we're going to click OK, and then we're going to save it. And now remember, whatever changes you're making to the subform, you're making it to the form. And it isn't moving. Let me just see if I saved it. Sometimes what happens is you don't save it. Let's go to tab order. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, the other thing is here. Go to other and go to, we're not going to set the tab stop on these. No. So it will jump it. And the same thing here. Now the only thing is, what I'm concerned with is, will it jump it and will it make it, whoop, I didn't save it to no. As it sometimes does. There we go. No, it's still stage yes. No. There we go. Okay. Let's save it. Let's see what we got. It might go. Um, let's see something. All right. So let's see why we're not able to set that focus. to something. Well, you know what? I think I know what it might be. So let us take that field. Let's move that field right in front of author. Control, move it up. I think it can't find it in terms of where it's looking for it. Tab order. Okay, it should be fine. Let's see what happens. No, it's not playing ball here. Let's see something. Hmm. Well, I will figure this out. I know when you do it with a button, it works, right? So let's see. Go to tab order again. Do I have a tab stop on this one? Yes, I do. 0. It should be stopping on that one first. It is an unbound though. It's an unbound. That might be the issue why. Yeah, I didn't bind it to anything. So let's make that control source the ISBN as well. Let's just see what happens. When it's unbound, it may not want to go there. It may go to the next one over. That doesn't like it either. All right. In any event, I will come up with that solution for you, and I don't know why. It's very fickle in some cases. You shouldn't need it to be bound. Um, let's save it and close it, and then open it up, and let's see what happens. Might be something to do with refreshing the forms. No, it doesn't help. In any event, you know, we've got what we need because it's really interesting. Again, this is how code works. It's very nice, and it makes things, it automates processes. Uh, it just does. So let me see here. Yeah, see, we can move it over. Let me just see. Ha ha ha. Visible. Let's see what happens if I make it visible. I'm just curious. It's the first thing, so it should go up. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no. It should go to. Yeah, okay. It should go to that control. Now it does because it's visible. All right. So that's the reason why making it invisible, it probably cannot find the control. And you see what it did, which is what I don't like. So what we can do is, and I think what we're going to do here is to finish this off, we're going to set a delete potentially author from here. So we're going to get rid of this here. And what we're going to then do is, see, move it over a little bit. And let's put in a command button. Now the command button, we're going to put one in here. Come on. There we go. Small one. And yeah, so what you just found out was that even if you hide a control, and I've heard people say you can, it's not working that way. All right, and we're going to go in here and properties, and we're going to CMD delete, the DEL will work very well. Visibles, yes. We're going to do a picture. We're going to select, Let's see. Delete's going to be an X. Is there a trash can? There usually is. Mm-hmm. Trash can. There we go. Take a look at how it looks. Yeah. Now we're going to go to our tab order. So what we found, up it says Command 9. So we now have to label that. I thought I did. Oh, that's the caption. Sorry about that. We don't need a caption on this, and this is what we're going to call this one, CMD delete. Good enough. Okay, little saving there, and oh, a tab. Yeah, we got to get it off of the author field. Okay. A little series of well, when you do delete something, it's going to ask you to confirm it anyway. So I'm not really worried about somebody hitting that button, but in your workflow, you should know. And there you have it. Now you see it's highlighting that trash can. But of course, this is good, right? Um, what we're going to do, if you attempt to delete a single author, it's going to warn you. It's going to do a count to see how many authors are there. Delete has to allow for greater than one, or two or more. If you had one author there, it won't allow you to delete. Say, sorry, you can't delete that. Please edit the author. And while we're here, we're going to add the edit key to that as well at some point, not now. So we can set the focus to edit if we want to, which is a whole nother thing. And when we come back, I'm going to get you into how to and the specifics on imaging and bitmaps for keys. We're going to add the edit key to the authors. We're going to modify the edit key to the books. And so you can see what that looks like. And then we're going to run the query to edit the authors as well, to put the author back in. Now, what's going to happen on an edit author is it is going to bring up the book and the author at the same time, because both have to be there. I think, well, no, actually both don't. Since we have an ISBN for the author, we don't have to have that, but you'll see how it works. And so one last point here, and I think it was causing some confusion to a lot of people. Let's go to the forms. So form DEI main is the main one, and we're going to get rid of this one. We don't need this one here. So subform authors is our subform authors here. So this is where it's causing the confusion to me. Data entry book should be this one. Let's see if this one, yeah, okay, so this is correct, and we are right. So it won't let me open this. I don't believe it does. So it does. So here's the point of it. This author should just be an authors. This DE author should be an authors. Now this one here should be books, not DE books. So I'm going to have to look at this, and what we're going to have to do is, if we change it, let us look at our queries. I think we have to only worry about, so adding an author, editing and editing a book, and this one here, we're going to not call it new, but we're going to call this one add. Because we don't want to confuse things. We start naming things randomly, and it gets really crazy. And that one should be the one which I'm taking from my temp and bringing it into, appending it to, and if I go to my query, I'm appending it to the main one. All right. So this is fine. In the edit one, Okay. This is where subform book DE. Okay, this is where when I change it, and I'm going to do it next time, not now. When I change it, I'm going to want to change this form for consistency to books, not authors, because it's not a data entry. It's on the data entry page, but it's books, and it's part of that. And I don't want to confuse it. Anyway, that is how we polish things out, and that is how we could be able to look at different authors for different books, and we can connect. And you saw your first line in VBA code, and I'm only doing it for the purpose of this. I don't want to get into it, and we'll go through this again and show you what this looks like. Um, so now it's saying subform, right? So subform authors requery. Now that's going to over here, this name, and let's go into design view one more time just to see that name. It probably named it that way. Let's see. Yeah, it named it DE. The source object is not that. So let's take that out. And we're going to save that, but we have to now go into the code. And Visual Basic, not here. Here it is. This has got to come out. Because we want to make sure we say what is an actual data entry form and what is not. Let's see what happens now. We should be okay. And we are. Yeah, we are. It's fine. All right. And there you have it. So like and subscribe. I hope you're doing well and keep up with me. Again, this is free to you. Wherever you are, have a good day, evening, morning, night, and stick with me. I'll see you soon.